Good evening.
Vegetable sticks and
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me okay?
cheese, olive, cherry.
Yes.
I don't. Yeah. No, you sit where you like.
Welcome to the extraordinary meeting of the Thetford Town Council, Tuesday the 8th of October. We'll start with 34024. Apologies for absence, please.
Cambridge and Richard.
Thank you.
And Johnny.
34124 to confirm the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 24th of September as a true record. All in favour? Sorry.
Sorry, I just wanted to raise one query about that. In the public participation policy that we're going to talk about, it says that when the police attend, it will be minuted, but it wasn't minuted in the minutes that at least that I could see. So does it need to be added, or will it just be minuted going forwards?
Okay. Once we agree the public participation, then it'll be minuted going forward.
Thank you.
Okay. No issues. Everyone else happy? All in favour? Okay. 34224, declarations of any disclosure of pecuniary interest. Has anyone got too much money? Okay. 34324, approval of the public participation policy to review and discuss the new public participation policy.
See the line. The public participation policy is to go along alongside our standing rules, and it is written by myself and Alan, and it's been checked over by our solicitors. It is a legal document, and hopefully, working alongside this, the standing orders and the police will be able to get a plan in place so that we don't have much more disruptions, or if we do, we have the legal standpoints so that we can then make sure that any disruptions we can deal with effectively.
Okay, has everyone read this? Any questions?
Oh, you go first.
Oh,
I'll go next.
yeah, I'm kind of assuming that every word of this would have been checked over and every word is intentional in here. I just had some questions about the wording around, for example, where it says, see where this is now, where we say things like, in case of persistently unruly, abusive or obstructive behaviour, the chair has the authority to ask the individual to leave. I feel like it's still quite open what the kind of problematic behaviour is, and they could contest it and say, well, I'm not doing that. So I just wondered whether you could give some context to how detailed the discussions were, and that all of this is checked and it's all fine.
There are 3 examples of the different behaviour. We have had it checked over by the lawyer, so it is legal, and we've sent it over to the police as well, and they're happy with it.
If you look at paragraph 5.1, you'll see there's some examples of behaviour. So it kind of gives an indication of what that is: repeated verbal abuse, threats, physical violence, intimidation, and repeatedly ignoring the chair's instructions and causing significant disruption over multiple meetings. So that's really the definition is. I know that section comes after the earlier sections that you're referring to.
So in those three examples, would you say that we've experienced those 3 things?
I think there has been a little bit of verbal abuse, certainly to certain councils, and the one thing we haven't had is physical violence or intimidation. Physical violence we haven't had, but I think some of the behaviour has been intimidatory. For example, a few meetings ago, when people walking right down to this end here, at the last meeting when we had the public standing here shining their torches, that's all intimidatory, and certainly repeatedly ignoring the chair's instructions. That is just I mean, that's commonplace virtually at every single meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
Councillor Peters? Okay,
Thank you. Just some clarity over the possible expulsion, because obviously we go down, we follow the procedure as we should do, and we ask them to cease, we ask them to leave if necessary, and then when we do have to, if we do have to have them removed, and the possibility of an exclusion, how do we exclude them if they're giving false names and no addresses when they come in? And how do we know, ideally, where to send any orders that we're banning?
I think what we've got is we've been working with the police since the disruption started last year. So we have, for example, they've asked for pictures of people that have caused disruption. They get copies of all our recordings. So I think what you'll find is that there's quite a significant database. So what they'll do, even alligators, they'll say to me, we've never seen this person, or we'll point out to them that someone caused disruption, we've never seen them before. I will send them an extract from the video recording, and they will then flag that and use their intelligence to do it. But I think the whole thing is, again, I'll kick the end of the table if I understand. What the police have done are doing is, it's unlikely that they're ever going to come and do mass arrests at a council meeting. I mean, I don't think they have the manpower to take 10 policemen per disruptor. But what they will do is the follow-up action after that. So if someone does something, they will then go and, as they call it, knock on the door and effect any action that they want to take after that. So it's unlikely that it will happen at the meeting, but it will possibly happen after the meeting.
Sorry, can I come back with that one? Yeah, I can concur with what you're saying, and I feel comfortable that what the actions is to stop them from misbehaving. But in the case of the last meeting, they had too many buses coming from Northampton. There is absolutely no database on them, and what is to stop these people from just bussing more people in from Northampton or wherever. If that disruption is there, then we're going to have the possibility of trying to trace them wherever they are.
What we have to do is try and put a policy in place to work it from our end. What they do their side is not under our control. What I'm trying to do is put a policy in place so that we have a three-step approach, and then we can work with that alongside the police. But at the moment, we haven't got that approach or that policy in place. So we haven't got that approach, that three-step approach of warning, then having this, telling them that they'll be expulsion, but they'll have an expulsion, sorry. And then the third one is remove them. And the last one is then effectively they're not allowed to come to another meeting. But if they're bussing people in, we can't do nothing about that. All we can do is deal with what's in front of us at that time, using the policies and the procedures that we have in place.
Okay, I think that's taken by
Thanks. I just had another question about the wording around the long-term exclusion. So it says if an individual has been disruptive on more than one occasion, and then it says multiple meetings. And are we saying that multiple is more than one? Because to me, multiple implies something that's happened, a lot more than that. And I just wondered whether.
I would say that is, I'd say more than one.
Okay.
Would you like me to clarify that in the wording as one or more?
I think I would find that useful.
Repeated. A repeat.
Yeah, I just think that, we don't want to leave. And then just my other question is about the bit about reviewing. It says on file for 6 months, straight 1 year. Is that we just haven't decided about that yet?
Yeah, I looked at that today, and I'm about to take it to 6 months, and I'll put 1 year because I want to make it really stand that they will be exposed. They will be expelled for 1 year, not just 6 months. Thank you.
David?
Okay, they're going to be given a chance to appeal the decision a 10-day, if they don't respond in 10 days. What will happen if we turn around and say, well, actually, you haven't written to us in 10 days, but they say, well, it got lost in the post. It was 12 days, 14 days. Are we then going to turn around and say, well, actually, you've given us a doctor's note, you're going to be fine, you know, we'll look at it anyway. I'm sorry, I find it a little bit, still a little bit vague, I'm afraid.
I think if we give them 10 days, it is 10 days. It's not 11, it's not 12. If they have that much of a reason to make a valid explanation for their behaviour, if that was me personally, I'd get it here by next day by, you know, hand delivering it. But I think 10 days is
Fine.
fair enough.
Sorry, a couple of more points. The first one was, presumably then we will continue with security at the meetings because we might need to exclude people. And the second one was, it seems like quite a big change to say that we will only take questions on agenda items, which isn't, no?
No, so that was, we've changed the wording this afternoon to be council business.
Okay,
Excuse me.
oh, lovely, thank you.
Okay, any more questions? Can
I do.
we have a proposer, please? Mr. Councillor Lamb, seconder, Councillor Peters. All in favour?
Good job.
Any abstentions? No one against, no? Okay. Thank you very much. Right, we move on to the last one for this bit. 31424, to consider request by the Ancient House Museum to use the council chamber and tea room for a commemorative event on 11th of December this year. Do you need some background or are you ready for it?
Oh, sorry.
Any questions?
No, sorry.
Proposal, please. That's a big second, right. All in favour? Anyone again? Anyone abstentions? No, great stuff. So we move over there. Oh, sorry, so that concludes this evening.
Just stop